Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to loosen up these hose clamps that hold the hose going from the water pump to the thermostat housing. Once I loosen those up, I'm going to break the bolts free holding the water pump housing to the engine block itself. And once I break these bolts loose, I'm going to remove the water pump and take it to the bench for further disassembly and inspection. Now that I have the water pump on the bench, I'm going to take these housing bolts off to expose the impeller on the inside for inspection. With this inspection, what I'm looking for any kind of damage or deformities or any excess corrosion and buildup on the inside, or anything that's going to cause leaks, further corrosion, or anything that's going to prevent my impeller from spinning freely as the belt turns the water pump. Once we've ensured the pump is in pretty fair condition, what we can do is we can grab the pulley itself and shake it to see if there's any kind of play in our bearings to let us know if our bearings need to be replaced. And once we confirm that's good, we want to make sure our gasket surface is good. Always want to replace and put new gaskets, and then torque everything down to manufacturer's specifications, and continue with the reassembly and then reinstall to the block. As I'm putting the water pump back to the block, the first thing I want to do is reconnect the hose going from the water pump to the thermostat housing, making sure that seats in. And all I'm going to do is snug up the hose clamps. You don't want to over tighten them because you can run the chance of busting them or breaking them as you're tightening them down. And then once you get it in, you want to align the holes to make sure they align up properly. And then I just snug them down. And then once they're nice and snug with the ratchet, I'm going to grab my torque wrench and torque everything down. And remember, when you're torquing everything down, always go by the manufacturer's specifications, which can usually be found in the tech pub or online. In this case, I found all my information online on prodemand.com. Now that I have the water pump back on the block and properly snugged down, I'm going to go back and properly tighten the hose clamps down to the thermostat housing and to the water pump itself. And then once I get those nice and snug, and like I said, I'm not over tightening them, I'm not torquing them down, you just want to make sure they're nice and tight so you're not going to have any water leaks or any vacuum or anything that would cause any kind of air to get into your system, or any coolant to leak out of your system, because that would be bad. And then I'm going to take my torque wrench here, and like I said, using the manufacturer's recommended specifications, and just properly torque it down to the block.